And I don't know the secret. So I just hope that, like, you don't racially profile anybody that comes to the store, because we came in as customers, and to me, I'm just telling you the vibe I got, that I look like he was trying to accuse us of stealing just based off how we look.
Can you let her speak?
Yeah,
you keep interrupting her.
I just want to, like, apologize for it. I don't want you to feel like I'm racially profiled.
Then when I came over there to ask if Gigi was coming in, I was talking to her, and you cut me off again, and she specifically seen you talk to the security guard. You can tell me all you want, but I specifically saw him talk to you on the monitor and ask you. The dude that was right here, I know you seen him because you guys made eye contact.
I really did not see a guy here.
I saw him, y'all talked to each other.
I'm really sorry you felt that way, and I will never treat you that way again.
Not even me, I just don't want you to
Just anybody, don't racial profile, don't watch them as they walk through the store. Let me speak. Because I'm speaking to you as a person, as a human. Don't do that to anybody, because that's not, let me speak. Don't do that to anybody, because that's not fair to treat them like that.
And I'm sorry you guys felt that way, and I never intentionally do that to you guys. You guys might not know this, but I'm from the hood. I'm from Gary, Indiana.
Oh
like,
my God.
I would never look at you guys and be like, hey, they're stealing. Like,
alright.
I have tons of black friends. Like, girls,
That doesn't justify it, that doesn't make it okay, and that doesn't give you the right to. And saying that you have black friends, that doesn't help.
You can still be racial profiling.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Thank you guys accept my apology.
Thanks.
Umbrella. She's up. Whole nother level of shit you can't even understand.
What is good, my people? We are live back again with another episode of The Forecast. Now, after Michael Bennett, who plays football for the Seattle Seahawks, released a letter talking about how he was discriminated against, and we saw the video where he looked like, just your everyday regular black man, regardless of the millions of dollars that he has playing football. At the end of the day, when they had him face down with a knee in his back and a gun to his head, he looked just like the rest of us. The Los Angeles Police Department decided to issue Michael Bennett a response to his letter.
Union representing those officers is speaking out against Bennett and in support of the officers. The I-Team's Vanessa Murphy continues our team coverage with an exclusive interview with the head of the union. Vanessa.
Dave, Steve Gramis is president of the Las Vegas Police Protective Association. He wants an apology from Michael Bennett, and he's calling on the NFL to investigate the football player for, in his opinion, making false allegations. What would you say directly to Michael Bennett?
I think you owe an apology to the men and women of the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department. I think that we can't be fanning the flames of racism and problems with the police based on a perception of what happens on a call.
Gramis says he first learned about Bennett's letter he tweeted earlier today, and as of this morning, no formal complaint was made by Bennett to the police department. Gramis talked with both of those officers today. He says they deny those allegations and they are shocked about what's unfolded.
They feel horrible that they're being victimized, and they are being victimized right now in the media because they went out and did their job. And one person made a letter to the world that says, "Dear world," that these officers violated his civil rights and things like that.
I reached out to the NFL since the union is calling for that investigation. So far, no response.
Now, these hypocrites who don't see race, supposedly don't see color, and say you're just race baiting if you point out any racial discrimination that's pretty obvious. Even though I know they do it on purpose, I just don't think they realize how much they actually contradict themselves.
At 1:30 a.m. on the 27th, approximately 3 hours after the boxing match ended, an active shooter call came into the LVPD Communications Center that originated outside of the Dre's nightclub at the Cromwell. Metro officers immediately responded to the scene and encountered thousands of patrons in the casino and nightclub. As officers entered the casino floor, they were met with large groups of people running for cover, laying on the ground hiding, and people screaming. As they moved towards the nightclub, an individual later identified as Bennett was seen crouched down behind a gaming machine as the officers approached. Once Bennett was in the officer's view, he quickly ran out of the south doors, jumped over a wall onto Flamingo Road east of Las Vegas Boulevard into traffic. Due to Bennett's actions and the information the officers had at the time, they believed Bennett may have been involved in the shooting, and they gave chase. Bennett was placed into handcuffs and detained while officers determined whether or not he was involved in the original incident. He was detained for approximately 10 minutes and released. Mr. Bennett at the scene had the incident explained to him by a supervisor, and he said that he understood and that he had no problem with what the officers did, just the one that he claimed the officer had pointed a gun at his head. On that particular call, it's important to note that we later determined that there were no shots fired in the casino and the call was unfounded. Like the rest of you, the LVPD learned of Mr. Bennett's allegations just this morning, and an internal investigation has been opened. Part of that investigation includes pulling footage from dozens of body cameras, as well as other available outside footage to assist in our investigation. As of today, we know there are at least 126 videos associated with those cameras that we have to review. As you can imagine, it takes a significant amount of effort and time to review all of the video and available evidence. If the investigation reveals that any policies or training were violated, those officers will be held accountable. I can tell you today that I do know that the arresting officer did not activate his personal body camera, so that particular perspective cannot be viewed. Listen, many of the folks today have called this an incident of bias-based policing. Police officers focus solely on the race of an individual that they are going to stop. I can tell you as I stand here today, I see no evidence of that. I see no evidence that race played any role in this incident. In fact, as you'll notice throughout this video as I play for you, while officers were searching the casino, they were able to safely evacuate many patrons of all races. It's also important for me to note to you, both of the officers involved in this incident in question are of Hispanic origin.
Now, even though they don't see race, they had to make sure to point out that these two officers were Hispanic officers. We all know Hispanic is not a race. Now, even though Hispanic is not a race, it's amazing the times when they use Hispanic as a race. But in reality, there are white Hispanics, there are black Hispanics. The dude, Louis C.K., is a Hispanic. He's from Mexico. Louis C.K. is a Mexican.
And I said, you know, I'm Mexican.
That's right.
Which is true.
Which you're...
I am.
Yeah. Is it
My father's
your
Mexican.
Father?
I lived there till I was 7. I only spoke English when I came here. I came to America as a little Mexican boy.
Right.
This is part of my history.
Right.
Was coming to America. America es muy bonito. I was a little Mexican boy.
Now, either the Las Vegas police is the best police officers in the world because all the investigation they had to go through, all the video surveillance that they had to go through. They sure were quick to respond and send an open letter back to the NFL asking the commissioner to investigate the situation. And the thing is, I don't think they want anybody to do an investigation on the police department because every time somebody does an investigation, they find explicit evidence for racial discrimination, racial profiling of police officers being racist. Then we have to trust those people with all of these FBI statistics that come from their discretion because there's no law requiring them to send all of their information or any of their information. And in the letter that he wrote to the NFL demanding an apology and an investigation on Michael Bennett, one of the first things that he brought up in this letter was him protesting for the flag. He said, on behalf of the rank and file members of the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department, I request that you conduct an investigation and take appropriate action into Michael Bennett's obvious false allegations against our officers. You know, after all of that hard police work and police investigation they did so quickly. Then he says, while the NFL may condone disrespect for our American flag and everything it symbolizes, we hope the league will not ignore Bennett's false accusations against our police officers. And I don't know what the flag has to do with this situation here, but they don't even realize there's only one group of people who make this protesting about the American military, about supporting the troops. Even most soldiers don't bring that argument up. They say, I understand what he's talking about. I've only really seen one group of people using that as an excuse. But if that was true and this was all about supporting the troops, why have America never supported the black troops? There was a black veteran who got his free meal taken away from him on Veterans Day at Chili's.
Question my service dog? You're questioning my service dog now. Now you do know it's against the law, against HIPAA regulations for you to question my service dog. Do you want to read? Do you want to read my service dog? Sir. Now you question my military service and you question my service dog. And I've got, is this a certified dog? Sir. Is this a certified dog? Sir. Is this a certified dog, sir? No, I'm asking you a question. Is this a certified dog? Sir. Did you see my military information? Sir. No, yes or no, first of all?
I'm not answering any of your questions.
No. Did you see my military information?
Sir.
Did you see my military information?
Sir, you need to calm
Did
down.
you see my military? No, I'll leave as soon as you ask my two questions.
The answer is no, I'm not answering your questions.
Okay. Did you see my military service? Did you see my military service?
Sir, no. There.
Yes, you did. Oh, so that's a lie, but you already said you did because I had that on record. Yes, you did. People right there saw you.
Didn't see it.
Yes. Oh, yes, you did. Well, then, if you didn't see it, now you're grabbing my food away from me. Oh, you're taking my food away from me now.
So sorry. I don't.
Okay.
Provide any documents for me.
Yes, sir. Yes, I did just provide documents to you, and they saw you. I want the police call at this point.
And I didn't hear anybody out there saying, support our troops. I didn't see any support our troop flags or hats on out there for him. They're saying Kaepernick being blackballed isn't enough. They want any nigga who disrespects the national anthem kicked out of the league and strung up from a tree. You know, I'm paraphrasing, of course. Who cares that whatever Michael Bennett has said so far, he has evidence to back it up? We are supposed to just believe the police, who don't have a shred of evidence for all of the claims that they make, who did not make a police report for arresting this man or at least detaining him. So they broke the rules there, but we're just going to ignore that part. And he says in the letter, I assure you that your attorney will tell you our officers had reasonable suspicion, which he probably will. He was a black man. He fit the description. Which he says here is a constitutional standard. And that Michael Bennett's claim that the officers are racist is false and offensive to the men and women of law enforcement. Because, of course, they're both minorities. But none of this is new. We just happen to be living in a time where they feel extra emboldened right now. And if this ain't enough for us to say, fuck this shit, it's time for us to build our own now. Our own economy, our own schools, run our own local government. If you want to play football, play for your own league. You want to play basketball, play for your own league. And above all, protect yourself. And that don't mean protesting. Black people protested, asked for anything. They said, okay, we'll give you body cameras. They won't even turn the body cameras on. Is that not another violation this cop did? But we're just going to keep skipping past all of the things this cop did wrong. Because, of course, back the blue. You want to know how to stop this from happening? Do like America did. It'll be a lot harder for a cop to come into a group of armed, trained people to violate somebody's rights or to murder somebody. America puts all of its money into the military to blow anybody away who would think of doing that to one of their people. But then they turn around and tell you, well, you can protest as long as you protest peacefully and quietly. But if Kaepernick takes a knee, whoa, that's not the right way to protest either. Now they're saying, don't even protest, just shut up and accept life for the way it is. It's always going to be this way. And guess what? If we don't get over this tribalism mindset, being divided and conquered, and we actually unify, then it most likely will keep being the same old thing. Barring a natural disaster or something. It'll just be the same old thing until we come together and change it ourselves.
Racial profiling in Alabama. Watch this.
watch this. Look at this. I'm on a whole different island. Watch this. That's Alabama for you. And watch this. There we go. You think I'm stealing? You think I'm stealing? This is hilarious. Hey, you just get off? Don't watch this. Let me go to the other aisle. Let me walk one more time. One more time, this is funny. I'm out.
She think I'm stealing. She think I'm stealing. Look. Don't you hate when you inside a store and the cashier starts following you? Like, I'm not gonna steal all of it, just some of it. Like, she been following me around the store the whole time. There she goes. She think I'm stealing.
See guys, so I'm in Publix, right? And this guy keeps following me around. He's a white guy. Let's see if you can see him. You see him in the background with the yellow suit? Watch, you about to see him. See? Right there in the yellow suit. You see that man? He's following me around. And watch if I turn, watch. See, look, there you go. This man, he keeps following me around Publix. I told her, he gonna go on the news. Keep following me around Publix if he want. Watch this. This is just to make sure. Watch, I'm gonna turn another corner and watch him come right around that same corner. Right?
After this, we're good. Yeah. Oh, we got
See? There he go. You see that? You see that, man? Now he trying to act like he ain't following me because he see I'm recording him. It's like, look at him. Look, there he go. There goes that man. He's following us, man. What? I know. He's following me. I can go first. Let's see if this man come again. I'm about to go pay for my stuff. And watch him keep following me. Watch. There he go again. You see him? Right there. He got a tie on and he's walking behind me. Now I asked him 3 times. I said, why are you following me? He said, okay, this is Publix. I could go anywhere I want. I was like, okay, I can go anywhere I want too. Now let's see if this man turns the corner and follows us again. See? You see him right there? And then he's gonna try to act like he's messing with stuff, but he's following me. You see him? And he keeps following me.
You can't take my picture. That's against policy.
No, it's not.
Yes, it's illegal.
Why are you following me?
Picture.
Why are you following me? Stop following me. I'm gonna ask you nicely. Stop following me. You see this? This is real, bro. I live in Canada. This is real out here. Why are you following me? Why were you standing there pretending you're gonna buy headphones? Why don't you follow somebody else that's gonna steal something? Stop following me. You're gonna make me not want to shop here. Move around. I'm a customer. I come here, I buy stuff. Stop following me. This is who you guys hire? This is who you guys hire? I obviously see it says security. Why would I steal it? Why are you following? Quit following. Yo, come get your security.
Don't yell at my store, please.
Shut up. This ain't your store.
Don't yell at my store.
Yo, I'm a customer. You should give me some customer service. All right? If you want, go look at your cameras and watch me.
Don't yell at
Move around.
Please. Sir, don't yell in the store.
You should move around and let me shop.
Don't yell in the store, please,
You
sir.
should move around and let me shop. You're making me feel uncomfortable. I don't like that.
Don't yell in the store.
Why'd you tell me I have to pay for these headphones over there in electronics? How do you know if I'm not shopping for more things? Why are you following me?
Don't yell in the store, please.
I don't have to not yell. I'm talking to you. I'm letting everybody know. You're following me. Leave me alone. You see this? How am I supposed to shop with this lady on my back? Is this shit real? Like, you know what I mean? Like, yo, where's your manager? Come get this lady. Where's your manager? I need a manager. Get me a manager.
I asked you not to yell in the store.
What's the policy? I can't record? You almost grabbed my phone a second ago.
I did not.
You don't know what's going. Yo, you're gonna lose your job if you don't stop following me. Stop following me. You're gonna go live, eh? You're on Facebook right now. Yo, where's the manager? Come get this lady. Why is she following me? I'm buying headphones. She's standing there pretending like she's gonna buy headphones, right? I start walking away, then she's telling me I have to pay for these and electronic. What if I'm shopping for more things, right? But why are you following me in the first place? Makes me feel uncomfortable. Why can't I shop for more things? You know what I mean? Like, quit following me. Let me shop. Let me do me. Can you grab her?
You can shop?
All right. Thank you. Don't follow me. Do not follow me. Do not follow me. I warned you. No, I have to. It's for my safety. What?
We are not saying anything. You can shop, sir.
Thank you. Yeah, you're going live. I'm taking this to the board. I'm taking this to higher people. I told you to stop following. I told you. You just see a black person we're judging, you feel some type of way. Don't ever judge nobody. Don't ever judge nobody. Thank you. Thank you. You made me feel so uncomfortable. I live in Canada. I'd never expect some shit like that. Never.
Okay, she doesn't want to leave. I'm the owner, so you know I have to catch her. I have to catch her.
Okay, I need to call security because
call police because she didn't even buy anything. I returned a fucking beauty blender. Get the fuck off of me. Get off. You need to get the store. Get my store.
Call the police.
Get my fucking store. I swear to God. I know. I'm not letting go. Get off of me. You need to get off me now. Get off me. Get the fuck off of me.
No.
Get off. You can't do that. No. Get the fuck off me. I swear to God. Get the fuck off of me. Why the fuck is he on me?
Okay, she doesn't want to leave. I'm the owner, so you know I have to catch her. I have to catch her.
Okay, I need to call security because
call police because she didn't even buy anything. I returned a fucking beauty blender. Get the fuck off of me. Get off. You need to get the store. Get my store.
Call the police.
Get my fucking store. I swear to God. I know. I'm not letting go. Get off of me. You need to get off me now. Get off me. Get the fuck off of me.
No.
Get off. You can't do that. No. Get the fuck off me. I swear to God. Get the fuck off of me. Why the fuck is he on me?
Babies, humiliating you in front of the whole store full of people.
No problem.
You humiliated them. Do you want to? You could call your little cop because I want.
So can I ask a question? So is everything okay? Can your kids free to go?
They are free to go.
Oh, they're free to go. What happened to you, little girl? What did she do?
This lady right here, when she was walking down the steps, I was walking down behind her. She stopped us and said, "Where's my nails and my earrings at?" And then that's when she made us dump out her bag. I dumped out my bag, and that's when And we both said we don't have your stuff. She took us down there to go look for it, and then that's when we proved her that we didn't have her stuff. And she said, "Get the H out my store. You're not welcome back."
She's lucky I don't fucking
she
feel
said
her
that,
right now.
don't say that.
They're going to accuse them of stealing.
Did you talk to the manager?
No, she's going to get a prejudiced-ass cop, somebody who's on her team, and they're going to try to make me look like the belligerent one. But she accused my baby of stealing.
Did you ask to speak to the manager?
No, I didn't. I wanted to talk to her because, look, these little girls are window shopping. It's a nice day. It's the first nice day. They're window shopping. So they came looking for some nails. When they seen the nails were too expensive here, they said, we'll go to Family Dollar. As they're walking out, this woman takes them down the steps, make them come back up, look through their bag, make them empty their bag, ask them, where's my merchandise at? They had to walk around the store looking like two little thieves, found the merchandise, and did she apologize for finding the merchandise somewhere? No, she told them don't come the hell back. We put too much money into Target for her to treat them like that. She takes her job way too serious for her to treat kids like that. Not once did she ask, where's your mom? Where's your dad? Do you even have money to be in this store? Nothing.
All right, and we back on the forecast. Now, regardless of what the Las Vegas police might think, black people have been dealing with racial discrimination, racial profiling for a long time now. When you look at today with the school to prison pipeline, we know that the prisons have a disproportionate number of black men, especially in there, which half the prison population is in jail for drugs, even though they will tell you, well, they're disproportionately in jail because of violent crime. Well, violent crime is less than 10% of the prison population. We understand that the prison system makes billions of dollars off of having inmates. Private prisons have stockholders, and they got to keep the jail cells filled. We know that these prisons can lease convicts out to do work. And if our people want to boycott anything, we should start with the people who deal with and the people who invest in these prison stocks. We know that the 13th Amendment says slavery or involuntary servitude is prohibited except if you're convicted of a crime. Now, they didn't say anything about who gets to make the law, who gets to make what a crime, who gets to give out the punishment. They didn't say anything about that part. But we do know about Richard Nixon and his war on drugs, that his right-hand man admitted to being targeted at black people. We know about Ronald Reagan and his doubling down on the war on drugs. We know about Hillary Clinton and her quadrupling down on these super predators with her war on drugs. We know all about Bill Clinton's crime bill. Then we saw Rudy Giuliani with his stop and frisk policy, which Trump now wants to probably make nationwide and just be stopping and frisking all of us. And we have Jeff Sessions with his updated war on drugs. But the irony is, this time, when it's Jeff Sessions' turn, the war on drugs is not in the black community. It's the opioid and heroin epidemic going on in the white communities. And even now with Jeff Sessions getting so tough on drugs, they're not sending these white kids who have this problem to the penitentiary. They're sending them to the hospitals. They go into drug rehab. And even now, when they're experiencing the drug epidemic on any police department that you do an investigation on, you're probably going to find that they stop black people more, they search black people more, illegally violating their Fourth Amendment rights, mind you. They arrest them for drugs more often. They charge them more often. They convict them more often. And if they both get convicted, guess who does the most time? Who's going to get more time? A young white girl strung out on heroin and opioids, or an old black man who does crack? Who do you think is going to get more time? But of course, you know, we fit the description. Which when they say you fit the description or you look suspicious, that's very vague and gives the police a lot of discretion. But even still, looking suspicious or fitting the description is not a crime. But one thing we should start paying attention to, which is considered a crime, when they don't really have a reason for bothering you, and God forbid if you try to exercise your rights, most times they'll just say disorderly conduct, which again is a vague ass law, which leaves a lot of discretion up to the police officer. But now he can arrest you. Now let's look at what exactly disorderly conduct is. Disorderly conduct is a criminal charge in most jurisdictions in the United States and certain other countries. Typically, disorderly conduct makes it a crime to be drunk in public or to quote-unquote disturb the peace or to loiter in certain areas. Many types of unruly conduct may fit the definition of disorderly conduct. As such, statutes are often used as catch-all crimes. So pretty much anything the police wants it to be. If you don't bow down and take orders from Massa, he can get you on a disorderly conduct. He can walk up and say, give me your ID, even though, I live in a state where I don't have to have an ID unless I'm like driving or something. I don't have to have an ID. But if I don't, he can arrest me for disorderly conduct. We saw the police harassing a 91-year-old man, slamming him on the car, and they hit him with a disorderly conduct. So they just have a vague-ass law where they can just arrest you for no reason, and from that point on, they can say, well, you were resisting arrest. We hear that all the time. You can have a damn dog biting your arm off. They be like, stop resisting, stop resisting. Which now, in some states, resisting arrest is now a felony hate crime. The laws in America are literally set up to where you can be minding your business, being harassed by the cops, and that'll lead to you getting a felony hate crime. This is why we need to start policing ourselves and building our own protection from within to police ourselves and to police the police. And if we can't do that, at the very least, we have to start joining these police departments, because believe me, there are these racist people who go out and intentionally join the police force. KKK members, Nazi members, they purposely go out and join the police force. They go out and run for local legislation in their area.
James L. Hart, Tennessee, believer in eugenics. In 2004, Hart won the Republican primary in Tennessee, vowing that if elected he would work toward keeping less favored races from reproducing or immigrating to the United States. In campaign literature, Hart contends that poverty genes threaten to turn the United States into one big Detroit.
They control the local politics in their areas. They run for local representative. They run for mayor. They run for sheriff. They run for all these positions. We have to do that in our own areas. We have to have our own city representative, our own mayor. We have to have a police chief that won't carry out racist policies that affect us. We have to have our own DA to make sure that if something does happen, that they press charges. And we definitely need to protect the ones that we already have. Like Aramis Ayales, Florida's first black state attorney, who wants to get rid of the death penalty. Now they blackballing her. We have to have her back too. We need to have judges like Judge Olu Stevens, who will not let a black defendant have an all-white jury. We have to have our own mayor who will not let racist federal policies like stop and frisk policies come to our communities. We have to learn to protect ourselves. We have to educate ourselves and educate our children and teach them to become doctors and lawyers and teach them to start business and become business-minded and entrepreneurs, to start banks and to build grocery stores. And right now we can easily elect a board of successful business people to be in charge of creating and growing black businesses so that our children will have an easier time in the future to take the next step past whatever we get them to. And it's always best to learn your rights and your laws in your local communities. But at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter what you do, what you call yourself. your status is the same. Until you have a nation that'll back you up, until you have an army that'll back you up, we'll still be having this conversation 50 years from now.
The Monroe County DA is dropping charges against 3 players who say they were treated unfairly by RPD. They were arrested last week waiting for a school bus downtown. New at 11, Caroline Tucker was at the ball game tonight.
It was victory for the Edison Tech basketball team even before they took the court. Charges against 3 players, Daquan Kerlock, Wantaj Weathers, and Raleek Red, dropped.
I was like, just a lot of stress relieved off me. When you see African Americans all piled up together, you just think they up to no good because what's the Rochester's reputation is. So you can understand why the cop acted, but you can't just judge somebody by what they got wrong.
I was mad happy. Like, it was too much to think about. We got this whole season coming up. Then we got to think about what happened downtown.
Last Wednesday, the 3 basketball players waited on East Main Street for a bus to their scrimmage. Police arrested them in front of their coach for obstructing traffic and not following police orders. Their coach and even school board members stood by their side.
They've gone through a lot. I mean, getting handcuffed, put in the back of a police car, that's traumatic.
Coach Jacob Scott prayed for the charges to be dropped. DA Sandra Dorley said it was in the interest of justice. The players' mothers are ecstatic.
It's sad that it takes something like this for the community to realize what's really going on out here with the youth. And I think it opened the eyes to the officers that all kids aren't bad. Before you judge a kid or pass judgment on one, all it takes is for you to communicate.
We were excited that everybody supported us, and I was actually relieved because I didn't want this to tarnish my son's career in basketball. This is his life. This is what he lives for.
Coach Scott says a conversation is needed about why this would even happen.
Not all youth are doing the wrong things, and we need to really take mind of that.
Even though these charges have been dropped, Red's mother has retained an attorney for a possible civil lawsuit against the city of Rochester. These players are now just focused on making baskets and a statement.
We got something to prove.
What do you have to prove, you think?
That we good kids and that we could hoop.
Why are they doing that to him?
My ID right there on the side of the truck.
Come get your ID. Let's go get it. Let's go get your ID.
I'm delivering my post. He just hopped out of the UPS truck. Who do you think he is? Hold on, my wife. Sure, no. Now I don't want to go see your wife.
She, this is bullshit I be talking about.
What's your ID?
Man, they like gonna hold me up and
Nah. On the job?
Yo, chill out. I hope I'm not you know you're wrong. See, I know y'all dead wrong. Lawsuit. You on camera? Lawsuit. A UPS driver. Not even
What warrant? Yo, don't play like that. I went for that shit. Look at me. Free my package, nigga. Yo. Oh, nah, he out of line.
Bitch ass niggas. There's some bitch ass niggas. A badge and a gun. Bitch ass niggas.
Yo, you can't do that. You can't do that in public. You can't do that in public.
Right now, you're under arrest for conduct. Okay?
I'm on arrest for disorderly conduct, man. I ain't did nothing wrong.
I told you many times to lower your voice. Right? You continue to holler. And then when I asked you to come in, you ran from it. Okay?
I ain't run from you, man. I was just going somewhere. Man, these people down here calling these people, man. They ain't call y'all, man. I can't believe this here, man. I can't even walk through the path and go to my girlfriend's house.
All you had to do was stop and let me just make sure everything was good.
Hey, man, this not none of my business, man. Hey, man, will you please quit with the light?
Getting knives and weapons on
Hey,
you?
hey, man. Hey!
Got anything in your pocket that's gonna stick me, dude?
Hey, can I take my jacket to my sister's house right across the street?
Not right now, you can't.
What business you got going through my pockets anyway, dog?
You're under arrest.
For what?
Well,
I ain't done anything.
All you had to do was lower your voice when I asked you to, okay? Instead, you continue.
I can't believe it. So just playing a friendly game of spades.
Miss, may I see ID?
No.
Is there any reason why you're recording me?
Yeah, because I see you performing a stop, and I'm trying to get your license plate and your name, Medina 5939.
Okay.
And that's what I'm doing. Well, you can't see my ID.
Miss, I'm speaking to you now.
Excuse me.
Hey,
get off of my bag.
I will like
get
to
off
see
of my
your
bag.
ID.
Listen, you don't have the right to see my ID. I have not done anything wrong. I have every right to record you. Don't ask for my ID.
I'm trying to identify you now.
My name is Christina. My face is on the 30th precinct wall. You know who I am.
Stay right here. Don't move.
I haven't done anything wrong.
Miss.
Don't put your hands on me again.
I want to see your ID now.
You don't have a right to see my ID. I have not done anything wrong.
You are filming me?
I don't care. I have every right to film the police.
You're filming me?
I have every right to film the police.
Vehicle? You film me inside?
It doesn't look like a police vehicle. It looks like a regular car.
Okay, it's an unmarked police vehicle.
I know what it is, and I have every right to film the police.
Inside the vehicle, which is a problem.
I have every right to film the police. I've filmed inside of many police vehicles. Don't tell me about my rights. I know what my rights are. You just put your hands on me, and you don't have the right to. Yes, you did. You grabbed my bag.
Listen,
you grabbed my bag.
I'm talking to you.
You don't have a right to ask me for my ID. I'm stepping on the sidewalk. I'm on my way to go cook food for my grandfather.
If I get my boss over here, I'm going to arrest you, and I'm going to...
Arrest me for what?
All right, just stay right here.
Arrest me for what?
Just stay right here.
I don't want to stay right here, and you cannot detain me. I have not committed a crime.
All right. Listen, ma'am, don't make me cuff you here.
Cuff me for what? I'm being detained illegally. I want to leave. I haven't committed a crime. This officer, Medina 5939, put his hands on me. What am I being arrested for? What am I being detained for? Hello? Medina 5939, what am I being held here for? I want to leave. If I'm not being arrested, I want to leave.
Ma'am, you're not...
Get off of me! Don't touch me!
Stand right here.
I don't want to stand right here. I want to go about my business. I filmed you. I have every right to do it, and you can't hold me here. I already told him. My face is hanging in your pussy. You know who I am.
Lower your voice.
My name is Christina Gonzalez. I live on 153rd Street, and you know that because Sergeant Nicholson put my face on the poster, and you don't want the whole neighborhood to know what's going on right now. Don't tell me to lower my voice. I can say whatever I want.
Okay. Let me see your identification.
I already told you who I am, and I don't even have to tell you that. Let me see your identification. My father's waiting for me, and when I don't show up, there's going to be a problem. I didn't do anything wrong, and if you're not going to arrest me, I'm going to keep moving.
You, and I want, listen.
Stop fucking grabbing me!
Come here. Yo, grab her,
Can somebody film this, please?
Yeah.
What am I being arrested for?
Disorderly conduct.
What did he even do? Hey, ask what you're being detained for. What? No, I'm not getting any closer, dude. I'm sorry, I can't do that. What is he being detained for? This is the nation you live in, people.
Are you under arrest? Are you being detained?
Are you being detained? Have they told you you're being detained? Okay, well then you gotta wait there, but they have the right to tell you what you're being detained for.
I don't think he did anything. What did you do?
Oh, okay, so he doesn't look like a student.
What are you doing?
I'm filming this.
Filming it for what?
This is the state because it's my constitutional right to film this.
The cops have the right to tell you they can take whatever you want.
I'm not trying to be a butthole. I'm just saying it's my constitutional right to film the police.
I am trying to be a butthole about it because this is a butthole move.
What? Well, no, I say it's a bullshit move, but you know.
It's an unconstitutional move at that.
No, but this is what I understand. When you said the homeless dude over there, he was over here at first. They had him over there. There was about 8 of them. Took about 8 of them on this homeless dude over here.
Wait, do I have to take my hat off?
You have to take your hat off? What for? What for?
I'll tell y'all something right now. You can get locked up for disorderly conduct and obstruction.
Disorderly conduct.
Let these officers do their job.
They're not doing their job, sir.
Let them do their job. You're going to get locked up for obstruction and disorderly
Yo,
conduct.
back up. It's not worth it, dude. It's not worth it. No, I'm going to protect him. It's not worth it. We're backing off. We're backing off.
You're a student, sir.
Who's going to? I'm backing off. I'm backing off.
Come here.
Well, dog, I can't. It ain't worth it. What the fuck? Are you serious?
Watch your language.
I have a First Amendment.
School setting. Watch your language. You're going a little bit too far. This is a big kid school, not a little one.
He has the right to say whatever he wants.
I'm using big kid language.
Grow up.
He did not insult you.
I need your name and serial number. I need your name and badge number. Badge number. Excuse me for not getting the term correct. I need your badge number. I need your badge number.
Alright, and we back on the forecast. Now, I know a lot of people will find a way to justify this situation with Michael Bennett. And no matter what the police did, they would have had their backs anyway. At some point, we got to learn that we're all we got. We have to educate ourselves, educate our children, rebuild our communities, and most importantly, protect whatever we do build, protect whatever we create, protect ourselves. So, as always, man, we have got to start standing for something, or we're going to keep falling for anything.